Testing 1 2, check test 1 2. Hello and welcome into Aikens Ford Arena. Devin Doback along with you. He shoots, he scores!
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty, on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash, the skates so flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's a good old hockey game.
Officials tonight, the referees are Todd Greenberg and Michael Ellis, the linesman Chandler Martin and Gary Glassman. Brizgala versus Rahul Sharma. Here we go. We're underway from Breaker Bay. Don Heaven Veyu wins the race, no icing here. Gives it out to Carter Thornton, sent in front, they score! It's Lucchese. Brandon Lucchese's been on a hot streak. Hang on to that puck. Don Heaven got a touch. That's his first professional point in the Breakers. Strike first once again at Breaker Bay. It's 1-0. Davidson sprinting ahead. He's got Veyu with him. Davidson into Veyu off the post. Don Heaven Veyu almost had a chance to puck that one. Good feed from Davidson, but just a little late. And the post robs him. Davidson score! Davidson with goals in 4 of his last 5. That one from the top of the circle to double the margin. And Biloxi makes it 2-0 early on here in period 1.
Your Breakers are on a walk-on power play.
Karchak towards the circle. Out to the point, Flanagan shooting one, tipped in front, the rebound, score! It's Trey Fisher. A shot from the point gives a Breaker-friendly rebound off the pad of Brizgalov. And Trey Fisher tucks home his 4th of the season. Breakers are back in front. It's 3-2. Fisher set to take the draw and wins it away from Sneath out to the point for Mullins. Mullins on over for Leonard. Snap to Flanagan with room. Flanagan shooting one. Save Brizgalov. The rebound. Score! Lucas Pikarczyk. Another shot with purpose from Declan Flanagan. Kicks out perfectly to number 27. And the Breakers' active leading scorer adds to his point total with his 9th of the season. 21 total points for number 27. He's starting to get hot, and that's a good sign for Biloxi fans, seeing Pikarczyk get going again. Spinelli trying to shoot it out of the zone. Leonard up ahead where Veyu reels it in. 3-on-2 brewing for Biloxi. Drop back for Lucchese. Lucchese in front. Thornton. Score! Carter Thornton against his former team makes it 5. Here's one as we got a fight brewing. It's going to be Avery Smith and A.J. Schlepp this time. They'll move over into the center ice zone and get a feel for one another. A.J. Schlepp 6'8", 209. Avery Smith 6'3", 230. Another heavyweight tilt. And Schlepp connects first. A couple rights to the back of the head by Schlepp. Smith can't get free. Both helmets off now. Locked up for a moment. Schlepp has got the handcuffs on Smith. A couple rights and uppercut from Schlepp. Smith can't get one off. Smith continuing to cover. Now a couple big lefts from Smith. Holding his own, takes down A.J. Schlepp. Smith meets Brendan Spinelli on the near wall. Now enters the zone. Smith, top of the key, turns it over. Here's Aldi Nerland. No one there with him. Nerland in all alone. Backhander, score! Aldi Nerland. Nerland with his first goal since December 6th. A big one to put the Breakers up 6-2. The first goal scored in the middle chapter. Ever so nonchalantly, he'll escort the puck out of the zone. Avoids a couple stick checks from Nerland, and Veyu now closing in. Lynn shoots the rebound on goal again, and they score. It's TJ Sneath picking up the loose change and plotting it home. Topeka gets one back. It's 6-3. It's chipped up by Brizgalov off the glass. Lucchese back in pursuit down low. Now another loose puck. Veyu tripped up. Down low, they score! What a feed from Don Heaven Veyu down to Carter Thornton. And once again, this line is clicking. Breakers tie their season high goal total at 7. And it's 7-3. Carter Thornton with a 2-goal night. Back into the hands of Avery Smith. Smith almost got popped by Carter Thornton, avoided that hit. Now Checo scores. Corey Checo with a catch and release bullet. Beats Sharma over the glove side, and it's 7-4 now. Topeka gets one back here in the third. Banks it over for Koash. Back into the corner for Sneath. Centering feed off of Sharma and in. Sharma can't believe it. One of those goals you don't see too often, maybe once a season, but just kicked off his pad through his wickets. And Topeka has pulled to within 2. Sending one in through Smith. Davidson then poking it out off the wall, a self-pass. He's got Royer with him in a 2-on-1. Saucer to Royer, backhand finish, score! Amy Royer with the answer. His first professional goal. The new season high goal total of 8 for Biloxi, and it's 8-5. Amy Royer with a multi-point night in his debut provides the answer. And Biloxi has restored the lead to 3. And now another shot comes in from Koash. Wilson sending one in front, almost tipped home by Sneath. Thornton will hold the puck in the corner. Wilson looking to take a quick run at him, and that will do it. More pushing and shoving. Wilson involved there after the whistle. And the Breakers pick up their first win since December the 6th, taking down the Topeka Scarecrows tonight by a final score of 8-5 in front of the home crowd. his backhand. Infantino. Scar! For Henry. Henry toe drag to his backhand. Scar! Caden Henry. A drop pass on over. Pikarczyk shoots. Scar! Lucas Pikarczyk. Couple rights from Schlepp, loses his helmet, continues to connect with Bryce French. Couple more over the face. There goes the bucket. Spinelli still throwing. Oh, a good exchange here. Spinelli grabs him, trying to pull him down. Down he goes. Coming in, 2-on-0 with Conway. Conway pops one. Off the feed from Infantino. The Breakers tie it at 2. Fresh off the bench, stays onside. He scores! Brandon Lucchese! Centering feed for Thornton to his backhand. Scores! Carter Thornton! 4. Davidson, another quick shot. The rebound. Fisher scores! It's Hockey Night live from Athens, Georgia. I'm your man, Devin Dobek, along with you. It's the Breakers and the Rock Lobsters in their second and final meeting of the 2025-2026 FPHL season. Athens comes in 27-6-0, Biloxi 6-26-1. These two teams met last weekend, a 12-3 historic victory for the Rock Lobsters. Their most goals in franchise history, locking up a dozen, and Brandon Walker, the only active skater in their lineup who did not record a point. Everybody had points. It was a stat-padding night for Athens. Breakers closing out their Georgia tour here tonight will look to thwart that. Without further ado, let's jump in to our tale of the tape for these two teams in the last dance. Already went through the records. Athens lost their last game. Parker Rutherford of the PD Ice Cats making 51 of 53 saves possible to a 4-2 victory for the PD Ice Cats over the Rock Lobsters, handing them their 6th loss and 3rd at the hands of the Ice Cats. Breakers have lost 6 in a row of their own. Goals 4-5 for the Rock Lobsters, 3.2 for the Breakers, a plus 65 goal differential for Athens, a minus 87 for the Breakers. 22.5% power play unit for Garrett Rutledge's crew, 17.6% for Charlie Penn's on the power play. 80.4% kill for Athens, 65.7% for Biloxi. The number 2 team in the Continental versus the number 7. We already mentioned Athens took the first meeting. Now let's run through our Matt Bowers Hyundai starting lineups. Athens goes with their top unit, defending MVP Garrett Milan, centers Daniil Glukharov and Luke Croucher. Devin Maye and Jack Johansson are the defensive pairing, with William Lavalier in between the pipes. As for the Breakers, they go with a similar starting 5 to yesterday. The only new name, Declan Flanagan, back in the starting lineup. Heitzner, Bartlett, and Bikarczyk with Flanagan and Christo. Anton Borodkin will be doing the goaltending tonight. It's now time for our national anthem, so we'll send it to ice level and be back momentarily here on Breakers TV. The following is a presentation of the Federal Prospects Hockey League. Any unauthorized broadcast without the express written consent of the Biloxi Breakers and the FPHL are strictly prohibited. And we welcome you back inside Aikens Ford Arena. Devin Dobeck along with you on Breakers TV and on 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi FM. Breakers close out their 3 games in 3 days against Athens tonight. We have a quick ceremony, or let's play hockey from the top step up here in Athens, and we'll get down to it now. Breakers, Rock Lobsters, the final meeting starts now. Athens had their game last night against PD postponed due to an incoming snowstorm. They did get 3 to 5 inches. We had some snow on our journey from Columbus to Athens in the last 24 hours. We didn't get caught in any, but it was on the ground. Roads were nice and cleaned off, so credit to everybody down in the south making it work so we could have hockey today. The lone game in this FPHL Sunday. It's our Republic Finance first period getting set to get going. The last Sunday before Super Bowl Sunday. Breakers and Rock Lobsters filled the void. Although about a couple hundred miles south, the Boston Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning will have an outdoor stadium series game at Raymond James Stadium. But for now, we're underway in Athens. And here comes Garrett Milan, or rather Luke Croucher getting run into the wall. Demetrius Christo pops it back in the direction of Croucher. Being harassed by Pikarczyk. Good stick lift from Pikarczyk. Finds it back to Christo, and it's picked off by Milan. Far circle back in the Breakers' end. Taken away by Bartlett on the centering pass. Athens right back to work. Milan on goal quickly. Borodkin's got his first save. Charlie Penns elects to go Anton Borodkin in the final of 3 games. After Borodkin got the start last night, he looked laser focused all the way until the last couple minutes, in which there was the defensive breakdowns and just some good goals from Columbus that got in the way of what would have been an exceptional night. Back the other way, Joe Mack, who was recently loaned to South Carolina in the ECHL, returns back to Athens and gets his first shift. Carter Shinkarik, the captain for Athens, spins it down low. Virgili rubbed off the puck by Lair Patakin. Bartlett digging in the skates of Shinkarik. Good stick handling. Then Patakin turns it over. Shinkarik looking for a lane, shoots it up and into the netting. And we'll have a face-off, 18:48 to go in period number 1. Well, Athens in their second year as a team, what a year it has been. They just broke their attendance record with over 5,800 in attendance last month. Smaller crowd today for the Sunday matinee, not a traditional hockey night, as they say, on a Friday or Saturday. But still a good crowd. They're going to be loud. They love their Rock Lobsters here in Athens. Lucchese and Mack on the ensuing draw. Far circle back in Borodkin's end of things. No score from Athens, a minute 12 gone by. Malik Johnson glides in to take the face-off. Did not have a fight between these two teams as well, as a quick shot from Mack is turned aside by Borodkin with the pad. Puck pops up in the air. Mack couldn't locate it. It comes around the wall where Fabian Leonard's the first to retrieve it. Tipped over by Kyle Powell, who was a healthy scratch last Friday in the game against Biloxi. Back in the lineup with A.J. Schlepp coming off suspension. Carter Thornton far circle shoots one. Lavalier may have gotten a piece of it, and it goes wide. Malik Johnson looking for Virgilia. Pops up to Mack. Lucchese summons an offside call, and it's granted by the linesman. Tonight's officiating crew looks like this. Ryan Bray and Ken Radolinski are the referees, with Phil Russler and Jeffrey Flanagan the linesman. Shots early on are 3-0 in favor of the Rock Lobsters. No score from Aikens Ford Arena, as the linesman coming in to toss Gleb Van Durken, the former Danbury hat trick, off the face-off circle. Jesse Lowell comes in to take it, and it's won cleanly by Amy Royer. Shot down into the near corner by Jack Johansson off the turnover. Flanagan D-to-D for Connor Mullins, up the wall to Trey Fisher. Fisher hangs on to it for a moment. Van Durken intercepts. Drop past Jack Johansson. Outside far circle, shoots, whistles over the crossbar. Maye back down low for Lowell. Kept in front for Kaysen Gallant. That one hopped over the blue line. We get another offside call early with 17:52 to go. See Kaysen Gallant, Athens happy to have him. He was the leading goal scorer in the FPHL last season with a even 40. And now returns here, looking to build on his campaign. 13 goals, 11 assists in 18 games for number 9. Jesse Lowell off the face-off tie-up, finds Johansson up ahead for Gallant. Gallant motoring through the circle, centers one on goal by Lowell, and a pad save Borodkin. Another quick shot from Maillet, blocked through the traffic of Christo in front. Back out Maillet, near point, sends it far side Van Durken, into the middle for Case and Gallant. Gallant through a couple bodies, still free, Lowell shoving it on goal. The rebound popped up in the air. Borodkin being tested early here. Another shot from the point goes just wide. Trey Fisher picking up the puck off the bottom of the end wall and now sends it ahead for Pikarczyk. He'll tap it in deep as the Breakers will complete their change. Kyle Heitzner back out there for Biloxi. Here's the new addition, Eli Leifers. Made his FPHL debut on Friday night, but some serious size, 6'5", 210 from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Milan in front scores. Well, that didn't take long. 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Athens turning up the pressure like a power play. Garrett Milan adds another one. Make it 18 for number 10. And it's 1-0 Rock Lobsters. Well, Athens had all kinds of pressure outside of Anton Borodkin's crease. And it was only a matter of time before one of those rebounds would find the stick of a player in Navy. And Garrett Milan picks up the loose change. Luke Croucher centering pass. It was actually tipped by Johnson over to Milan, and he finishes. 1-0 Lobsters. Back to the action here. Breakers will dump it in deep, no icing. Carter Shinkarek wheeling around his own goal, back to Van Durken, and now here comes Athens once again. Milan can't connect on the pass. Kyle Heitzner back to work, shoots one. Lavalier makes the save, quick rebound for a moment. Pikarczyk was there, but Lavalier able to hop back on it, and we stay at 1-0. Very early on, shots on goal totals are 8-1 Athens. They were able to mount 50-plus shots against Biloxi last Friday. Breakers had 30 of their own, but playing in their third game in 3 days, it's going to be hard to find the stamina and energy to stick with a team coming off not only an off day, but a loss. They have a taste for victory tonight. They do not like to lose. Speaking of losing, Binghamton Black Bears lost their third straight last night. It's been 3 years since that happened. And of course, with Tyson Kirkby being recalled to Roanoke to play for the Rail Yard Dogs in the SPHL, a couple vacancies missing. Here's Joe Mack back the other way, dropping it to Johnson. His quick shot whistles wide on the blocker side. Virgili, centering pass, gets through to Johnson. Down low, Virgili again. Knocked away by Patakin. Johnson coils it back up to the point. Brandon Walker gives it away to Lair Patakin. Floated to the tape of Pikarczyk. Down low, Johnson redirected it on goal. And Borodkin with a reactionary save. Lair Patakin will bang it out of the zone. Won't go the whole length, so there's no icing. Now Patakin again with it. Up ahead to Lucchese. Lucchese sends one indirect far corner. Van Durken sends it back down low to Shinkarek. Shinkarek threw some contact on the forecheck by Lucchese into the offensive end. Van Durken's shot. Save made. Borodkin. Leonard angles it to Brandon Lucchese up the near side through the neutral zone. Lucchese back over to Leonard. Leonard on his backhand gliding to the goal. Lost control of the puck. Gets it back. Finds Christo. His shot into the chest of Lavalier. And held Dustin Paralat working down low on Lucchese to clear out the blue paint. 15-10 to go, period one. Still 1-0 Lobsters. AJ Schlepp out there lining up with Kyle Power. We're going to get one early on here in the first period. No, we're going to play some hockey for now. But two heavyweights, Kyle Powell just went at it with, I believe his name is Divine Apollon, if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, apologies, but he was just recalled to PD, a heavyweight fighter for the Ice Cats coming down from the Quad City Storm. Now here's Glukaryov, centering one, goes all the way through just outside the blue paint. Nice reverse by Paralat, sticks with it. Paralat motoring his way to the goal with will. And we got a whistle, and that will be our first media timeout. 14:38 to go. Rock Lobsters strike fast. They lead at 1-0.
When you think Nissan, think Matt Bowers Nissan d'Iberville, where every new Nissan comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty included. And to keep your new Nissan running well, there's never an appointment needed for express service in our service department. Just stop by for routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Matt Bowers Nissan is proud to call the coast our home and is proud to sponsor your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Nissan, South Mississippi, d'Iberville.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi. And we welcome you back. 14:38 to go in our Republic Finance first period. Athens with an early 1-0 lead, courtesy of Garrett Milan, former D1 standout. Played for St. Cloud State at the Division I level from 2011 to 2015. Had 13 points in 73 games there. Was more of a grinder, and a lot of that due to his size, but still was at the level, held his spot for 4 years, and now after some time, 6 seasons in Pensacola, captaining the Ice Flyers, he comes here to Athens. And what a good investment that's paid out to be. 101 points last year for the defending MVP. Lowell turns it over to Davidson, knocked away by Eli Liefers for a moment. There's that big power forward. Liefers has his pocket picked by Christo, bumped ahead for Davidson, swatted forward for Royer, who runs into Milan. Brendan Spinelli, far side, will shoot it in deep. Lavalier couldn't stop it below the end line. Devin Maillet through the forecheck of Royer, able to break it out. Now Milan up ahead to Lowell. Lowell lost some speed on the way into the zone. Milan centering one, looking for Lowell. Gets all the way through. Off the wall here, Shinkarik diving down low. Royer working on him. Liefers over to Milan. Milan holding on to it, then finally had his stick lifted. Good effort from Lerpa taking to shut down that opportunity. It looked like Milan would have had a chance to bank it off Anton Borodkin and in. Spinelli forcing one in the direction of the goal, deflected into the end wall. Pikarczyk on the forecheck, able to win it back, conveniently so. Looking for Bartlett, it gets through to Malik Johnson. Johnson over to Shinkarik, 3-on-3 the other way for Athens. Nice stick from Spinelli, breaks up the pass to Joe Mack. Mack's centering attempt gets over to Bartlett, who's able to bust it out of the zone ahead for Heitzner. Heitzner backhand into stride for Lucas Pikarczyk, diving below the end line. Pikarczyk hanging on to it, drops it back. Heitzner a little late getting there, and Bartlett tried to find him again. Athens back in control. Here's Johnson across the blue line. Walker over to Johnson, in tight, looking for Walker, still free. Mack took a swipe at it. Bartlett steers it to safety, and he's taken down. We're going to have a call coming with 12:34 to go. And it's Philip Virgili, the guy without a stick, who I believe is going to get called for a hook. Are they going to get Bartlett as well for embellishment, becomes the question. Bartlett can't believe it. But Virgili sent off, and it looks like Ross Bartlett will follow suit. So 4-on-4 hockey. They're going to call Bartlett for holding of the stick officially. And so we're going to skate 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Van Durken and Lucchese on the draw. Gleb Van Durken having another incredible year. 17 goals on the season. That's second most on the Rock Lobsters, behind only, of course, Garrett Milan, who now has 18. False start on the face-off. We'll get set to do it again. No Eric Neely, no Joey Kolatarsi for Athens tonight. Out of the lineup with injuries. Neely, of course, another huge piece of this Athens team. 41 points on the season, tied for second on the team. Former captain of the Atlanta Gladiators in the ECHL last season, now here in Athens playing in the Fed. Gallant gives it away to Carter Thornton. The guy with the only shorthanded goal in franchise history will begin the charge. He goes through the defense, gets it on Lavalier, but it's quickly spit out, and Glukaryov will head the other way. Maye picking it up in his own end. Just about 8 minutes gone by in our Republic Finance first period. Up ahead, here's Van Durken far side. And it looks like Athens going to be booked for offside. Minute 29 to go on the matching penalties. Heitzner and Joe Mack on the ensuing draw. Heitzner and Mack tied up for a moment. Mack eventually the victor. Here's Croucher, bumped into by Pikarczyk. Comes around where Patakin gets locked up with Mack, and this one will escape all the way back to the Athens end. Shinkarik, with the help of Lavalier, able to settle the puck, and he wheels right around the goal with speed. Rather, that's Dustin Paralat. Paralat slings one through the blue pane all the way for Croucher. Croucher and Pikarczyk battling. Heitzner cherry picking ahead. Pikarczyk gets it to him. Heitzner walks in, tries a slap shot, and it's saved by Lavalier. Heitzner backhanding one for Patakin. Looked like Heitzner just liked his spot and let it fly. Looking to surprise Lavalier. Fisher has the offensive zone, walks in and shoots. Blocker save Lavalier. Liefers bangs it out to the point. Nice hit by Fisher, not afraid of the 6'5" power forward. Now Patakin is stung by Liefers. Paralat bumping it ahead to Garrett Milan. This guy can fly. Look at him come up the near side. Past the stick of Fisher, through some traffic, still holding. Centers for Johnson on goal, and blocked in front by Patakin. Johnson back inside the point, sends it over to Milan. Milan for Johnson. Johnson trouble handling the pass, and he'll coil back up to the top of the key. Through the Piedmont logo at the top. Trades places with Shinkarik, fights it to Lowell. Back to 5-on-5 we go. Milan slings one in the direction of the goal, and Fisher will slow it down. Fisher looking up ahead for Bartlett. It clangs off a deflection on the half wall on over to Brandon Walker. Fisher picks it back up, finds Dimitri Christo up ahead looking for Bartlett all the way through. Will this be an icing? No, it will not. They say Bartlett got a piece of it. Now here's Van Durken. Back to work for Athens. Van Durken for Shinkarik, out to Walker. Shinkarik again, looking for Glukaryov, outside far circle. Spins it down low for Gallant. Gallant in control of it, comes to the near side, up to Shinkarik, his quick shot, looking for Van Durken in front. Mullins locks up Van Durken now. Shinkarik tiptoeing the blue line, toe drag. Bartlett able to force it out of the zone. Next whistle will be our media timeout, our second of the period. 9.5 minutes to go in period one. Spinelli up ahead looking for Royer. Shots are 13-6 Rock Lobsters. Here's Gallant. Far side pass for Maye. Bumped back out to the point. Johansson backs off. Fabian Leonard will lead the charge. AJ Schlepp goes out for a quick change. Leonard looking for some support. Heads over to the near side. Pinned into the wall, and Maye has it picked off. Royer looking to center for Leonard. Leonard darting towards the goal. Fisher comes down low to help out. Leonard gives it away, attempting to get it down low. Van Durken drops it to Liefers, whose shot is blockered away by Borodkin. Saw that one the whole way. Liefers down low, hit by Royer. Now Declan Flanagan wheeling back the other way. He's going to skate with the puck for a moment, and why not shoot it from the logo in on Lavalier, and we'll get a whistle and a face-off. 8:33 to go. Second media timeout. We'll take it. Back in a splash here on Breakers TV.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
.33 to go here, period 1. Devin Doback along with you from Aikens Ford Arena for the final time in Athens. Just 2 matchups between these 2 teams. They got split up by a snowstorm last weekend, so we got a Sunday matinee here in the FPHL in our hands. We're back underway. It's a face-off win for Athens. Mullins, a nice step, keeps it from Virgili for a moment and eventually sent back out for Lair Patakin. Patakin mishandled it. Virgili tried to force a quick shot on goal. Not sure Borodkin would have been expecting that had it came in. As Thornton takes a quick slash, we get a whistle, and the draw's going to come to the dot outside the Rock Lobster blue line in front of their bench. Probably about 3,000 in attendance here at Aikens Ford Arena. They're a team that averages the 4th most fans in the FPHL. 4,161 has been their average, but for the matinee, maybe you get into the low 3,000s. AJ Schlepp and Kyle Powell. You asked for it, they answered. Here come the buckets. 2 of the biggest heavyweights. Powell, 6 foot, 240. AJ Schlepp, 6'7", or 6'8", 209. They'll go to the blue line at the breaker zone. They connect. Powell with a right. Can't reach him. Schlepp tries a right of his own, same thing. No one's landed one yet. Powell a couple rights looking for the back of Schlepp. Schlepp with a big right takes him down. AJ Schlepp with a cannon right hand. It only took one. Down goes Powell. 179 PIMs for Mr. Schlepp. That's your league leader. And a good bout. Powell immediately saying he wants another one as he gets into the box, and you certainly can't blame him. Especially with that tilt he had with Apollon a couple nights ago. But Schlepp just using his size as an advantage, putting himself out of reach, and then just connecting with one right. Down goes Powell. Taking a look here, you see Powell half connected a couple times, but then gets off balance once those feet start to come out from under you. AJ Schlepp just has to land one bomb, and down he goes. 8:13 to go. Back underway. Still 1-0 Rock Lobsters. They did not give an equipment violation like they did last night when Schlepp and his partner removed their helmets. None of that here tonight. We stay 5-on-5 after the fight. Paralat back to work the other way. Diving in, looking for Virgili, and Borodkin has to make a quick save. Patakin. Joe Mack in front. Virgili finds it. Bartlett laid down to try and block a shot, and he's eventually able to do it on the turnaround by Virgili. Out at the point here is Pikarczyk, and we're going to have a hand pass. So the draw will come just outside the breaker blue line. 7:36 to go, period 1. Shots are 16-7 Lobsters. Athens' pressure has certainly let up a little bit since the beginning of the hockey game, where it looked like they were on a power play for the first 4 minutes. Then you get some life from AJ Schlepp with a fight win, and we'll see if his team can come to rally behind him. Walker, D-to-D for Jack Johansson. Up ahead, here's Luke Croucher. Toe drag release into the logo of Anton Borodkin for a whistle and a face-off. AJ Schlepp and Brendan Spinelli have got to be the best 1-2 tandem either way you rank them on a team in the Continental Division. Spinelli has not had an outright loss this season, and A.J. Schlepp has won many more than he's lost, taking down Powell there. But of course, that one might not have been a great example of what that fight could have been. Kyle Powell is one tough customer, and I think he's frustrated with himself for losing his balance. Christo back in his own end, tips over Malik Johnson. That's another guy that can throw. Keep an eye out for him. Spinelli can't catch the pass from Fisher, a little out of his bandwidth. Walker has it pop up and over to Fisher. They're going to say that Davidson was a little late tagging up, and we get another offside call, 6:58 to go. As we mentioned, no other games going on in the FPHL today. Monroe and Baton Rouge just had one on Friday night, so there was only 5 games active in the window on Saturday, especially with the postponement of PD and Athens, as I mentioned. Shinkarik up ahead looking for Paralat. Paralat couldn't dance his way through Spinelli. Back on over to Gleb Durkin. Sent out to the point, Shinkarik, one touch, really nice feed to Gallant. Paralat again, cut off by Lucchese, popping it in the direction of Flanagan, kept by Gallant again. Thornton gloves it down to himself, couldn't shove it out of the zone. Paralat down for Glukaryov. Van Durkin in front. Good centering feed, that could have been trouble. Leonard throws it into the back of Thornton, who was trying to spring free on a breakaway. Nice hit by Lucchese at center to tip over Van Durkin. Tape-to-tape pass, Van Durkin now over to Gallant, looking to wind it back to Van Durkin. And now Shinkarik top of the key. Shoots through traffic, Borodkin uses the radar to track that one down and hang on to it for another face-off, 6:06 to go. Shots are 19-7 in favor of the Lobsters. Still just 1-0. Athens was able to pour on 3 through the first period last night. Then they got 5 in the second, 4 in the third against the Breakers last week. Breakers have had their chances, but they have to accept going up against this star-studded Athens team that quality is going to be huge. When you have the chances, Heitzner had the breakaway earlier. You had a couple more chances with zone time. You're going to have to find a way to cash in to hang with this team because they're going to get such volume chances, so many opportunities to score, and they're going to make it count. Pikarczyk sending one ahead, gets grabbed by Maye for a moment. Lavalier out to play it. Lucchese, or rather Bartlett, knocked over. Heitzner looking back for Bartlett, cut off by Milan. Milan through the good forecheck by Heitzner, loses it. Johansson around the wall to be picked up by Liefers. Liefers banks it back out for Milan. Here's Garrett Milan, far side through the circle. Inadvertently drops it off to Maye. Borodkin can't locate it, and Pikarczyk with the save there coming to get it out for his goaltender. Borodkin looked uncomfortable making that save and didn't know where the rebound was. Lucky he didn't hit it in himself trying to get back into position. But Borodkin once again having himself a nice evening. 19 saves already through the opening 14-plus minutes. Mack and Bartlett will do it again. And it will be sent all the way back towards Lavalier off the face-off. Heitzner in pursuit of the puck. Dustin Paralat, who is a breaker for about as quick as you can be, makes the play there. He was traded for the rights to Jordan Rosenbaum, who went up to Roanoke and now finds himself in Macon with the mayhem of the SPHL. Flanagan up ahead looking for Davidson. Paralat tugs it along with him. Hanging on to it. Centers one for Geely. Tipped over from behind by Heitzner. Good clean play. Flanagan runs into Paralat. Former teammates with the Watertown Wolves last season. Virgili snapping it to Walker. Looking for Johnson in front. Christo plays a little hopscotch to get it out of the zone. Joe Mack back to work. Curls away from the pressure. Over to Virgili. Dribbling the puck. Has it taken away and sent back on out. Carter Shinkarik. And now Johnson sneaking on the blue line. Finds Joe Mack. Joe Mack toe dragging to get it in there. And then it's put in. looked like Christo might have put it in the goal. They'll credit the goal to Malik Johnson. And Athens doubles the lead at 2-0. Rock Lobsters just once again with all kinds of pressure, but I believe Christo was the one that put that in. Let's have another look. Joe Mack, the initial toe drag, Johnson on the follow, and then it goes. No, Johnson, I believe, was able to spear it in on the follow. Puck needed to be cleared out and wasn't. And Athens, as a result, jumps out to a 2-0 cushion. Borodkin clearing it himself. Maye gloves it down. Fabian Leonard in pursuit of the puck. Little strong off of Gleb Van Durkin's tape. And it comes out to Maye. Brendan Spinelli has it clang off his skates. He'll bang it ahead for Carter Thornton. Coming to help is Lucchese, spinning his way into the offensive zone on side. Leonard. Now Thornton's one-time drive off the vacant puck. Whistles over the crossbar. Van Durkin back the other way. Tape to tape for Gallant. Inside 3.5 minutes ago, Gallant, all the time and space in the world. Save made by Borodkin. Looked like the Breaker defense opened up there. And Gallant had a clean lane. Another shot from Paralat. Somehow Borodkin able to make the glove save, and we'll head to media timeout. 2-0 Rock Lobsters. We'll be back in a splash.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport, or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
And we welcome you back. Another 3:13 to go here, period one. Face-off will be Milan and Bartlett back in Borodkin's end. Far circle, nice clean win for Bartlett. He has been such a great addition on the face-off dot, winning extra possessions for his team. Pikarczyk gets locked up with Glukaryov, who goes down. Milan back in control in the neutral zone. What a saucer pass back to Glukaryov. Protecting on his backhand. Back over for Leafers. Milan the follow. Borodkin makes the save. Milan was kind of coat hanger down that time. I'm surprised no call from the official, and he's going to go for an explanation saying we should be on the power play here. And now we got another fight immediately as Powell and Schlepp get out of the box, and Schlepp's going to have to oblige. This is an immediate timeout. It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen here. Round two. AJ Schlepp, Kyle Powell on the lobster at center in the tank. Schlepp comes in hot with a left. Powell tries a right. Schlepp a couple, don't connect. Schlepp another right. Powell misses with a right, then connects on Schlepp and takes him down. Kyle Powell with a big right hand takes down AJ Schlepp. And he'll head off to the locker room with just 2:52 remaining on the clock. AJ Schlepp telling his team to pick it up, doing what he can to get some life going. And so two fights between Kyle Powell and AJ Schlepp. Each guy with a win. Powell the most recent. And you'll see, yeah, Schlepp trying to just land a right, just got locked up, and then Powell, he looks angry. Comes over with a couple rights and then pins him down to the ground. Powell's one of those fighters that's just pure aggression. There's no handshakes after their fights. He is just fired up and gives all the life to his team. No pleasantries. Which honestly, I can't necessarily blame him. There's a lot of sportsmanship in the craft of fighting, especially at this level, but I don't know. If I'm in a fight, I'm going to be pretty fired up. Definitely not high-fiving the guy after the fact. Hopefully me and Mateen don't get into a kerfuffle up here. Mateen, the voice of the Rock Lobsters, such a gracious host for us in this two-game set. Really has set us up with everything we need. Shout out to him. Spinelli will shoot it down into the corner. Paralat. D-to-D pass on over for Jack Johansson. Up ahead to Glukaryov. Glukaryov to the tape of Leafers. Quick shot in and out of the glove of Borodkin. Then on the follow, Milan's backhanders turned aside as well. Athens already with 25 shots on goal. Here's Lerpatakin shooting it way up and into the netting. So we'll have another face-off coming. 2:04 to go, still 2-0 in favor of the Rock Lobsters. But a good show between Powell and Schlepp. Doubt we'll see a rubber match. I also am curious to see how it's going to work if you don't fight during the game. Fighting prior to the drop of the puck is a game misconduct. So that will be the last we see of those two. So no rubber match for those two until a potential postseason matchup. Here's Brandon Walker below the end line. Out to Carter Shinkarik near point. Shinkarik moves to his backhand, flips it down low for Johnson. Pops up off his tape. Shinkarik, or Van Durken gets it back and just whistled one by on the blocker's side. Now Johnson gives it away to Patakin. On over to Darius Davidson. Davidson will flip it down into the corner. Fisher, the first one there. Fisher ladles it down low for Davidson. Sending one in front. Had Royer on the back door, but Lavalier has to kick it away and make a quick save. Johnson flips it ahead. Inside 70 seconds to go, period one. Christo thundered right in the numbers by Johnson into the wall. Back up to his feet as Gallant's one-timer held by Borodkin. Yeah, Christo's definitely feeling that one. Booming hit from Johnson. He is a physical player. Played 7 games for the Allen Americans in the Coast this season. Did not have any points. Definitely good handful of penalty minutes for him, though. Mack and Lucchese on the ensuing draw. Tied up and controlled by Spinelli and co. Spinelli will take it himself, looking to pinch by Virgili. He'll dump it in. Maye with Thornton coming behind him. Puck spits free to Lucchese. Lucchese trying to find possession of it. Stapled into the boards. Mack for Maye. Closing in on 30 seconds to go in our Republic Finance first period. Flanagan blows an edge, goes down. Gallant back out to the point, held by Maye. Down low, tipped by Virgili on the way down. And Lucchese will send it out of harm's way. Up ahead for Thornton. 20 seconds to go. Thornton in front looking for Flanagan. And another good save for Lavalier. Virgili inadvertently sends it out of the zone. Thornton will take the last couple seconds and send the puck in, and that will do it for period number 1. Athens dominates, out shooting Biloxi 28-9. We're going to head into our first intermission, our courtesy of the Chick-fil-A at the Edgewater Mall, and be back in about 18 short minutes. Rock Lobsters, Breakers, 40 more minutes to go. We'll see you in a moment. And we welcome you back to episode 25 of Breaker Banter. My name's Devin Dobek, joined by Kyle Heitzner, one of the new forwards for the Biloxi Breakers. Kyle, welcome to the show. Happy to have you on here.
Yeah, thanks, Dev. It's always good to chat. I'm excited for to get to know me a little more for the fans, and excited to chat with you. So.
Yeah, looking forward to it. But I always like to start back at the roots, how your hockey journey began. You grew up in Orillia, Ontario. How did your hockey journey begin? Who were your early mentors, and how'd you learn to play the game?
So going back into like the young days of learning the game, my dad's been a huge mentor for me. He used to take me to the local rink and just like tow me around with his stick, like before I could even skate at like 3 years old, and then obviously started skating a little more 3-4 years old. We moved to Orillia when I was about 6 years old, and grew up playing on the lake, just the
best way to do it.
Yeah, sometimes there'd be no snow on the lake, and we would have, basically me and my dad would be skating miles, just passing the puck back and forth, and it was pretty neat. And then growing up playing Orillia minor hockey, got to be the captain for my minor hockey team for a few years, and then to move on to AAA after that. But it was a lot of great experiences with my mom too. She'd be out there in her boots or skates buzzing around with us too, so she's been super supportive of my hockey career too.
It's awesome to have the whole family on board. But was there a piece of advice that you were given at a young age? Maybe it was from your parents, maybe from an early coach that's stuck with you up until this point in your pro career?
I think the first thing that comes to mind is, just having that I can do it attitude instead of I can't. My dad would always get on me if I said I can't do it, or, it's too hard. He would say, well, no, you can. You just have to put your mind to it. And I think back to trying to learn how to take a slap shot and raise the puck, like when we were 11, 12 years old, and trying to get a slap shot away. And we would work on it for hours and hours and hours. And I think just the whole hard work mentality of putting in the time to get good at something, and not just expecting it to happen so easily.
Exactly, a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
But, keeping it rolling here. Did you have a favorite NHL team growing up, and were there any players that you wanted to model your game after? Anyone that caught your attention from a young age?
Yeah, for sure. It's always been the Toronto Maple Leafs because they're the closest team. It's been a little difficult being a Leafs fan, but
as a Bruins fan, I pity you a little bit. But
no, it's good though. In the sense that we haven't won a cup in a long time, but we always have someone or something to cheer for. And for me, growing up, I always wanted to play kind of like Darcy Tucker, in your face kind of player, could drop the gloves but also score. Going back before him, I never got to see these guys play, but I'd always watch video on Doug Gilmour, Wendell Clark, guys like that.
Yep.
So a lot of heart, those guys.
So we're going to start moving into your junior career, but before we get there, going back, looking at your youth hockey career, is there any cinematic memories that you have? Maybe something that you won a championship or had a really good year, hit a milestone. Is there a memory you'd like to share from your youth career?
For sure. When I was grade 7, 12 years old, we had a really strong team in Ontario Rep A hockey, where we went, we had, I think something crazy, 82 wins, 4 losses, and something like that. But we won our OMHAs, which is our big, it's about half of Ontario. We won that in 4 games. My dad was our assistant coach, and we had another guy as a head coach. Frank Borelli was a great guy. His daughter was our goalie, actually.
No kidding.
And that season, we lost in the Silver Stick finals and the OHF finals, which is all of Ontario's, but we had won 2 or 3 AA tournaments. I had 112 goals, 87 assists, and 199 points that year. It was pretty awesome. That's definitely a year that sticks out in my memory.
Yeah, a year to hang your hat on for sure. So now we're at 2016, where you began your first of 3 seasons in the OHL, the Ontario Hockey League. major junior up in Canada, but the first 2 you're with the Barrie Colts up until 2018, and then a brief stint with Mississauga. But how was the competition playing now in the OHL? You know, you make that huge jump. How did it change from maybe scoring 199 points in a season?
No, for sure. It's very humbling to go to a league like that and see how much talent there is, not just from Ontario, but from the States, from Europe. My second year in Barrie, we had Andrei Svechnikov and Alexei Lipanov come over from the European draft. And, you know, I remember going into my second year hoping to get a little more opportunity. But then they would bring other really good players in and NHL prospects. So it made you have to basically do things to stand out, to stay there. They always say it's easy to get there, or it's hard to get there, it's even harder to stay. And I believe that to be true because, you know, once you're there, they see what you're doing every day. They see what your habits are like. And, you know, it's the hockey's so mental. It's such a mental game. So it was the same in the OHL, but even more so. There's that added pressure of, okay, I'm only 17, 18 years old, but I'm at the highest level I can be at that age, and, you know, you put a bit of pressure on yourself that you want to do well and try and make the NHL, right? But at the end of the day, I got to play close to home. It was a ton of fun. I have a lot of great friends and memories from those years, and one of my best friends, Curtis Douglas, just made his NHL debut this year. 25 years old, and he's been grinding in the AHL for like 4 years, and we were rookies together. I remember, you know, we went through some hazing and stuff like that as rookies, and when we left each other my first year in the OHL, we gave each other a big hug, and we were actually both broke down crying because it was like all the stuff we had been through together. It was really a bond, and we still look out for each other to this day. So
that's got to be awesome to stay in touch with those guys. And I think this is a great segue too. You talk about the mental side of the game. So you go from being, you know, this guy putting up triple-digit points in a season to now playing in the OHL and fighting for every inch, fighting for goals, fighting for assists. You know, it's a big drop-off. So did you find yourself kind of like after, you know, being the best player on the ice to now being, you know, just one of the common?
Right.
Do you think that taxed you mentally, and how were you able to handle it?
No, it did for sure. You know, there was definitely times where I thought, am I doing the right thing by, you know, staying here and being like a third, fourth line player? But at the end of the day, I'm really glad that I did play my 115 games in the OHL, because it's given me so much more opportunity in pro to, you know, be able to achieve something like that other guys haven't. And not only that, the experience I learned along the way of, you know, just when you're not in the role of like the producer, the goal scorer, you know, there's so much more to a team than just the guy that's scoring all the goals. And, you know, it's cool to be able to play in different roles now, I think, and haven't already had that experience. So for, say, if I was to play in the ECHL or something like I'd gotten an opportunity to this year, and I was fourth line, I kind of understood, okay, this is where I'm at. How can I help the team? I'm going to go make a big hit, or I'm going to go kill a penalty or something like that. So it wasn't as much of a shock in pro is what I'm trying to say.
Of course. So I guess we'll go back to 2019 now. So after your OHL career comes to an end, you go to the PJCHL and represent the Orillia Tigers. So what was it like to play pretty close to home? I mean, you mentioned getting to do it in the OHL, but now doing it in Orillia. What was that experience like, representing your hometown?
It was amazing. I got to be our captain my 20-year-old season and play in front of my grandma, my grandpa, my friends and family, obviously my parents, and it was a lot of fun there too, for sure. Definitely miss those times. They go by fast. The whole junior career went by fast, and I'm blessed to be able to still play today, but it's
blink of an eye.
Yeah,
and it's
it really
over.
is.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skate so flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
And out of our Chick-fil-A at the Edgewater Mall first intermission, we head into our Aaron's second period. Devin Doback along with you on Breakers TV and on 106.3 FM, Super Talk Mississippi. Here's what our intermission summary looks like for you. The Rock Lobsters lead it 2-0. Milan scored at 3:06, his 18th of the year, to make it 1-0. And then at 15:55, Malik Johnson with his second as a Lobster this season makes it 2-0. Lavalier with 9 saves. Anton Borodkin, 26 saves in his first period. Athens is on pace for some crazy shot totals if the Breakers can't make some adjustments in the locker room. 28-9 the shots on goal totals. Neither team's had a power play, which definitely will make you laugh when you see the penalty minutes, but Bartlett and Virgili had offsetting penalties early on in the game, and then the rest, leave it to A.J. Schlepp and Kyle Powell. 20 minutes apiece. 2 fights and a game misconduct for fighting while the play was not going on. So that's where all those penalty minutes come from without the power plays. And that is our first intermission summary as we gear up for our Aaron's second period here. Breakers now will go from right to left, closer to our end. We're like in line with, you see Lavalier right there. We're probably a few feet behind him and then parallel with the end line. Lobsters from left to right. Milan will do it this time with Royer, and it's a clean win for the Rock Lobsters. We're back underway. Johansson up ahead. It rides the dasher for a moment. Milan scoops it up. Touch from Croucher finds its way to Ross Bartlett. Breakers trying to bust the puck out of the zone. Declan Flanagan will take the liberty of shooting it out of the zone, collected by a couple Lobsters, and Johansson quickly back to Croucher, who mishandled it. Up ahead, Bartlett just inside the blue line, hits the brakes, backhands one, batted out of the air by Milan, shoved towards the goal and redirected on its way in by Royer. Big reactionary save by Lavalier. Royer back with it, running out of time, finds Heitzner on the tape. So a little line shuffling for Charlie Pence. Lucas Pikarczyk subbed out for Amy Royer. Patakin lets it fly off the shin of Luke Croucher. We get a whistle and see what the indication is from the official. Not sure exactly what it is, but the draw is going to come back to the Athens end. Still 2-0, exactly 1 minute gone by here in period number 2. Huge shout out to everybody around the league joining us for FPHL coverage today. The only active game if you're getting your FPHL fix here. Happy to have you with us on Breakers TV. Milan wins it from Lucchese cleanly. And then it goes hard off the window. Thornton has to cover his face. That could have been bad. Now Glukaryov drops it back to Maye. Maye through traffic shoots. Borodkin gobbles that one up in the chest for another whistle and a face-off with 18:49 to go. Shots 29-11 in the hockey game. 2-1 Breakers in the period. Defensive zone draw for Lucchese, an important one. Coming in to take it is Joe Mack. And Lucchese locks it up, gets it back to Patakin, given away to Malik Johnson. Patakin looking for Thornton, spits free to Lucchese. Mack right down Broadway and on goal. Anton Borodkin flashes the leather, makes another big-time stop with Joe Mack coming in hot right down the middle. Keeps it a 2-0 game. And I think a huge factor, too, that is easy to overlook is the Breakers playing the last game of a 3-3 here. They have some tired legs being on the road for this Georgia tour. The Rock Lobsters have a will to win. Coming off an off day yesterday with the postponement of the game against PD. And, of course, a loss on Friday night. They need this one. Pikarczyk, quick shot. Whistles by Lavalier up ahead to Philip Virgili, who finds Joe Mack. Joe Mack out wide, sends one in on Borodkin. Nice rebound control to get it into the end wall. Down low, held onto for a moment by Virgili. Malik Johnson battling down with it. Brendan Spinelli bumps into him. Joe Mack with it again, out to the point for Paralat. Winds and fires. Nice shot block, and now here come the Breakers, a 2-on-1. Pikarczyk closing and shoots one. His own rebound on goal again, and a save made. Couple massive saves from William Lavalier to keep this game 2-0. Davidson has his hit by Johnson reversed. He goes down hard into the bench. Slow to his feet, Johnson being harassed at the blue line by Connor Mullins. Puck comes down low. Spinelli has his stick lifted. Van Durkin battling with Davidson. Spinelli in to help. Davidson able to guide it to Connor Mullins. Dumped in on Lavalier. Takes a funky bounce. He gloves it for a moment and spits it out to the captain, Carter Shinkarik. Jesse Lowell dices through Ross Bartlett back into the offensive zone. Off to Kaysen Gallant. Back down low. Held by Lowell for Van Durkin. Calling forward at the point is Shinkarik. Shoots one far corner for his team to chase. Virgili being harassed from behind by Mullins. Back on over to Virgili. Top of the key. Lowell couldn't keep it in. And it comes all the way back to Lavalier. Lowell heading towards the empty net riskily, and then Shinkarik shoots it up into the netting, but Heitzner deflects it, so no delay of game call. This game still yet to see a power play for either side. Athens leads the FPHL in power play goals. 38 of them this season. They have given up 9 shorthanded goals with their aggressive style, but they've drawn the most power plays with 165 and cashing in 38 times. with how physical they play, it really is a marvel that they're able to get so many opportunities on the power play and draw those calls to set up their high-powered offense. Royer summoned off by Charlie Penz as Ross Bartlett back into the fold. He puts that top line of Pikarczyk, Heitzner, and Bartlett back together. Davidson in a defensive role with Lair Patakin. Clean win for Bartlett, back to Patakin. Down low, Heitzner. Bartlett, one touch to Patakin. Far point, holding Patakin. Top of the key now. Shoots one. That one caught Paralat up high, blocked down in front. Garrett Milan shifts gears the other way. Patakin takes it away. On over to Bartlett once more. Snapped across to Pikarczyk. Holding outside the near circle. Looking for a passing lane. Pikarczyk down low to Heitzner. Up ahead to Davidson, catch and release. Goes just wide. Heitzner back in front. The rebound, Davidson on goal. Pikarczyk shoving away. They score! Kyle Heitzner on the third effort, able to cash in. Biloxi on the scoreboard with a power play goal, makes it 2-1. Relentless pressure pays off. Good effort from Davidson, Heitzner, and Bartlett. And just like that, it's 2-1. Breakers with 7 shots in the frame, out shooting Athens 7-3. They pick up a big goal there with Eli Liefers being sent off. Now here's Malik Johnson. Athens clinging to a 1-goal lead now. Lavalier, credit to him, made some big saves, but when you get those third and fourth efforts, your goaltender being in a good position is often rare. And finally, Biloxi rewarded for their effort on what was a good possession on the power play. Now Johnson in front to Mack. Borodkin, are you kidding me? Makes another big save, sliding from his right to his left, and holds on to the rebound for a whistle and a face-off. Kyle Heitzner with his 4th of the season. He's up to 9 points. Yes, 9 points in his first 6 games as a Breaker. See if his team can build on that. Mack and Fisher to do it in the Breakers' end. Pikarczyk tugging it along with him. Deflects back to Mullins, up ahead to Davidson. Davidson back for Pikarczyk. Looking for Fisher. Pass jumped up on him, and Fisher has to reclaim it in the O-zone. Paralat takes it away in the trapezoid. Run from behind by Davidson. Virgili winds it up the wall to Joe Mack. Wheeling up the near side, here's Joe Mack. Dropping it to Paralat, all the time and space he needs. And Borodkin makes a good pad save. Looked like Paralat had a little more time than he bargained for. Could have made a move to the goal there. Mack down low, still free, backhanded through the center, and finally sent back out. 14:48 to go in period number 2. Our Aaron's second period. Flanagan stands up Paralat at the blue line. Van Durken swings down low, up to Shinkarek, D-to-D, and we're going to get another call and too many men against the Athens Rock Lobsters. Looks like some trouble for Garrett Rutledge over on the bench, and the Breakers are going to head back to the power play. When we return from our media timeout, we'll take it 2-1. Kyle Heitzner gets Biloxi on the board. We'll be back.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back. Back in the game. Back in motion. Back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
2-1. Breakers trail the Athens Rock Lobsters, headed to their second power play of the evening. Too many men call assessed on the Rock Lobsters. Brandon Walker will go serve it. And the Breakers on their second walk-ons power play of the day. Shout out to all our friends at Walk-Ons Indy Iberville, taking in the game at the official watch party sponsor of your Breakers. Van Durken ties up Bartlett, and it's sent the length by Luke Croucher. Out to play it is Anton Borodkin. Up the wall to Kyle Heitzner. Heitzner hits the brakes, banks it ahead for Bartlett. Knocked back in his direction. Patakin will rescue it in his own end. Darius Davidson gliding back through the far circle in his end. Now from north to south the other way. Pikarczyk gets it in the offensive zone, but it's given away to Croucher, and Jack Johansson once again will clear it for the Rock Lobsters. So the Shinkarik call on the previous power play goal was for delay a game. Heitzner did not get a piece of that. And then a too many men call against the bench. Bartlett, this could be trouble. A 2-on-0 brewing. Patakin on his horse gets back into the play. Patakin with a great defensive effort. How about Lair Patakin getting the sticks drumming on the boards for the Breakers bench with a great effort there on the back end. A 2-on-0 was developing short-handed. A niche scenario, and Patakin shuts it down. Heitzner has the zone now, saucering one to Bartlett. Caught on a nice, beautiful pass. Down low to Lucas Pikarczyk once more. Touched up the wall to Heitzner. On over for Flanagan, mishandled it at the blue line, guides it back to Bartlett. Snapped into the skates of Jesse Lowell and sent the length again so Athens can change. Flanagan finds Carter Thornton, drop back to Bartlett. 86-68 there. Bartlett chipping it back towards Flanagan, sauced in the direction of Leonard. Waiting for Fisher to tag up. Leonard wraps it around the wall. That will just about do it for the walk-ons power play. Breakers fall to 1 for 2 on the evening in that department. No good shots on goal there. Glukaryov in front gets a good shot away. And Borodkin makes the save. We'll have another whistle and a face-off. Defensive zone draw on Anton Borodkin's end. Both teams will make some full changes. Getting a little eager on the draw. Heitzner was already headed back towards Lavalier. Clean win for Amy Royer. Connor Mullins back to get it. Has his pocket picked by Joe Mack. Down low, Virgili pops it to Johnson. Johnson curls back and gives it to Brandon Walker, whose one-timer deflects far corner. Shinkarik near point to Johnson. Outside Mack. Shooting one. Save made by Borodkin. Shinkarik again. Back to Johnson. Shinkarik, top of the key, at it. Hop over his stick and all the way back into his own end. Heitzner will apply the forecheck as Shinkarik goes to retrieve it. Johnson mishandled it at the half wall. Royer able to get it back to Brennan Spinelli with the help of Heitzner. Up ahead, it's dumped in. Rock Lobsters want icing, won't get it. Royer, shoulder-to-shoulder check on Brandon Walker, comes down low. Johnson run into the wall by Christo. A little revenge for Christo there. Then a shot from a low angle by Mack, turned aside. Breakers are banging bodies, showing some life on their tired legs here in this second period. They've played well. Shots are 8-7 Rock Lobsters in period number 2. Up ahead, Bartlett. The first one there below the end line. He swings below Lavalier, has it pop up off the back of the apron of the cage. Centering, looking for Thornton. Cut off by Shinkarik. Lowell heads the other way. Jesse Lowell through center across the blue line. Joe Mack back to Croucher. Croucher's quick shot. Borodkin was way out of the crease, and it goes wide. Lucchese now with the defense at his back. Tape to tape to the back of Carter Thornton. Taken away by Jack Johansson. Up ahead, 2-on-2 brewing for the Rock Lobsters. Quick shot by Leifers. Will score. Eli Leifers cuts to the middle and able to get a shot away through a screened Anton Borodkin, and Athens able to get it back. It's 3-1 with 10:54 to go in the second period. See a nice drop pass from Croucher to Liefers, and Eli Liefers has his first goal as a Lobster. Right under the glove of Anton Borodkin. He couldn't believe it, thought he had it angled off, but a good shot and a better finish. Liefers all smile, the big power forward getting on the score sheet. Off the ensuing draw, Gallant gets through Fisher somehow, centering one back across, they score again. Daniil Glukaryov. Just 8 seconds after Eli Liefers made it 3-1, Daniil Glukaryov makes it 4. And once again, those bursts against the Breakers coming back to bite them. They had a chance to make a play on the puck at the blue line, but Kaysen Gallant somehow maneuvers his way through the pressure, sends it across, and Glukaryov able to beat Borodkin on the glove side, 4-1. Shots are 39-16 Lobsters. Johansson off the face-off win, sends it back to Maye. Fisher over to Davidson. Davidson walking in, tried under the stick move. Maye wasn't fooled. Milan back to work. Garrett Milan. Pikarczyk cuts it off, and it's flipped up and into the Rock Lobsters bench. Breakers got lucky there. Could have been a delay of game, but fortunately the Athens bench there to help out. No Don Heaven Veilleux tonight as well. His status unknown. He is okay, for all those wondering, but have not seen him on the ice tonight. Believe he's on the end of the bench. Declan Flanagan shoots it out into the offensive zone. Here's Brandon Walker with it. Up ahead, here comes Philip Virgili. Virgili dropping it back to Johnson. Johnson all the way around Borodkin, now tries to go back to the near post, and it gets by him. Flipped out of the zone by Fisher to go chase. Dustin Perlat with it. Dropping it back to Brandon Walker. Walker runs over Kyle Heitzner with a reverse check. Quickly the other way, here come the Rock Lobsters. Mack with it. Mack for Johnson. Taken away by Royer. Calling forward is Bartlett. He gets it. Breakaway for the Breakers. Bartlett to Heitzner. Back for Bartlett. Broken up by Perlat. Bartlett slinging it back in front. And Mullins tried to bang it down low. Ross Bartlett heading out for a change at the end of his shift. Breakers blow a golden opportunity. Christo picking it up in the end wall. Up ahead to Amy Royer. For Kyle Heitzner, who will shoot it in deep. Lavalier settles it for Shinkaruk. Van Durken casually makes a backhanded move right around Royer. Here they come, the Lobsters. Croucher shoots. Save made by Borodkin. Royer banks it off the window, takes a big hit from Liefers up high. Heitzner can't corral the puck here. Shinkaruk takes a slash from Amy Royer. Shinkaruk up ahead to Croucher. Held on to by Van Durken. Dropped on over for Liefers, who shoots another one. Didn't get all the way through. Bartlett slinging it over to the near side wall. Taken in the offensive zone by Van Durken. Hit by Christo. Comes all the way around past Johansson and the full 200 feet. No icing here as Athens induced that one. Johansson up ahead to the tape of Gallant. Nice drop pass for Jesse Lowell. Lowell closing in, shoots one off the bar and out. Kicks out to Johansson once more. Pins it down low for Gallant. Wrapped around the wall, Shinkaruk with it. Shinkaruk holding inside the blue line. On over to Walker in front, tipped on goal by Borodkin. That will take us into our second media timeout of period number 2, 7:44 to go. We'll be back in a splash, 4-1 Rock Lobsters.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Come see us today at our brand new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
$7:44 to go here, period 2. Devin Doback along with you on Breakers TV and on 106.3 Super Talk, Mississippi. Rock Lobsters and the Breakers in a Sunday matinee, the final meeting between these two teams. Breakers struck first here in period 2 to make it 2-1 on the power play, but then Athens with 2 goals in 8 seconds gets their lead boosted up to 3. Shots are 42-18 in favor of the Lobsters. Spinelli able to locate the puck. Up ahead for Carter. Thornton looked to move to his backhand. Shut off by Maye. Gallant takes it from Lowell in stride. Back into the offensive end. Spinelli over to Thornton. Thornton banks it off the wall and pays the price. Good body check from Jesse Lowell after the fact. Milan on over for Brandon Walker. Up ahead, cut off by Fabian Leonard. Waits for Thornton to tag up. Lucchese enters. Lucchese and Milan get locked up for a moment there. Keep an eye on those two. Leonard, nice hit to free up the puck. Looking back down low for Lucchese. It's spit out of the zone where Flanagan swats it towards Milan and eventually gets it to Leonard, and an interference call is going to come against Carter Thornton. So the Breakers are going to head to their first Raven and Rose Tattoo penalty kill, with 6:56 to go. So Thornton sent off. He gets a warm welcome from the faithful here in the tank. Trey Fisher out there with the penalty kill unit for Charlie Penn's group. And Joe Mack able to shove the face-off forward. Athens has the zone. Here's Shinkarik dropping it off to Maye. Maye back for Shinkarik, whose drive is held by Borodkin. Another nice save for him. He's got 40 already here tonight through just 33-plus minutes of game time. Another draw, this time Bikarchek will take it. Malik Johnson subbed in for Joe Mack on the face-off circle. And it comes right back towards Borodkin. Again, we have some jousting between Christo and Virgili. Another quick whistle for a face-off. Another minute 48 to go on the Thornton minor for interference. Christo shoves it forward. Breakers looking to clear the zone. It's a puck on edge. Fisher coming in hot with some pressure. Now him and Shinkarik are going to go hard into the wall. Shinkarik sends it back towards Lavalier. And Maye will begin the charge, dropping it off to Mack. He goes through the Rock Lobster at center into the offensive end. Finds Shinkarik. Looking to work his way methodically around Trey Fisher. Gliding all the way back up to the near point. Still protecting the puck. Bikarchek lost his stick. Shinkarik all the way around Borodkin again, then throws it on goal. Borodkin somehow able to pin it against the post and get another whistle and a face-off with 6:02 to go in the second period. Still 4-1 Lobsters. Fisher heads off as the number 2 kill unit will come out. Lucchese loses the draw to Milan. Out to Paralat from Walker, back to Walker. Croucher, Walker, Croucher again outside the circle. Walks in and shoots. Big glove save made by Borodkin. Continuing to build on his evening. 41 saves for the netminder wearing white tonight. I'll take a look at his career high in the intermission, but this game might have the means to surpass that. The way Athens has had so many volume shots. Lucchese and Milan will do it this time. Milan asked to leave. Lukaryov will come in and take it. Milan comes over to the near side of the circle. Lucchese can't win this one. Paralat, top of the key. Quickly for Garrett Milan, near point. Closing it on the circle. Down low to Lukaryov. Outside the circle, Milan. Looking for an option. Goes down low to Lukaryov. Picked up by Walker, pinching down low. Saucer pass off the backhand. Milan able to find it to Paralat. Now Milan again. Got turned around by the pass. Back with it. Shoots it down low. Patakin. And Lukaryov converge on the puck. Lucchese sends it out. Fabian Leonard the closest to it. Now, here comes Walker, back to Milan. Stung by Leonard, and now here comes Lucchese. Lucchese looking to make a move around Paralat. Paralat with a good stick, and then is taken down by Lucchese, no call. Croucher closing in. As the penalty expires, Breakers are able to kill it off. Down low below the end line, Paralat spun around by Patakin. Up ahead to Gallant, into the skates of Shinkarik, collected by Thornton, jumping right into the play out of the box. Milan, toe drags. Thornton able to win it away from him, and now here comes Carter. Thornton out wide, dicing through the middle, dumping it ahead. Gets hit by Shinkarik, and the Rock Lobsters are going to go for interference here. Shinkarik gives Thornton a look, and we will have a call. Right when we come back, 4:27 to go, period 2. Breakers headed back to a walk-ons power play when we return. Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport. Walk-ons power play for the Breakers. Carter Shinkarik sent off for interference. Looking to make this a 2-goal game ahead of period number 3. Here's Heitzner off the face-off win by Bartlett. Out to Patakin. Patakin tiptoes the line, finds Davidson near circle. His quick shot never got through. Cut off by Lowell and sent out by Maye. Here comes Patakin through the pass behind Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk will go chase against Maye. Maye sweeps it back in the other direction, tied up on the wall for a moment and eventually sent out by Liefers. Under 4 minutes to go in period 2 now. The 8th of 9 periods for the Breakers in this weekend. Nice move by Heitzner right around Jesse Lowell. Out to Darius Davidson. Dropped it back in the direction of Heitzner. Breakers having trouble entering the zone. Paralat up ahead to Lowell. Out wide, here comes Jesse Lowell, closed off by Patakin with a nice effort with the stick. Lair Patakin having himself a nice game defensively. Bartlett into the O-zone. Stopped by Virgili. He'll flick it back down low where Heitzner's able to retrieve it. Heitzner back up to the point for Bartlett. Snapped across to Patakin. Off the wall, Thornton. Thornton holding it, heads up to the point, finds Bartlett. Down low to Heitzner. Outside the circle, back to Bartlett. Bartlett, slap pass down low for Thornton in front. Lavalier makes the save. Ross Bartlett with some great vision on the slap pass down low to Thornton. And Lavalier comes up big with his 19th save of the night. Lucchese, Leonard, and Thornton out there. Fisher and Flanagan on the back end. Leonard hindered, trying to get to the pocket, spits out in front. Fisher comes up and able to keep the zone with an aggressive effort. Back down low, Leonard goes around the goal, still holding the puck. Back out to the point for Fisher. Flanagan calling for it. Fisher goes to Thornton near side. Thornton around some pressure, taken down by Johansson. Gallant looking to skate it out. Flanagan diving effort. Pushes the puck down low once more. Thornton too much in the corner. Still can't be kept out. Flanagan on goal. Lavalier with a reactionary save once again. Leonard down to Thornton. Rock Lobsters back to full strength. Lucchese able to crawl one over towards the goal as Leonard gets locked up by Johansson. And another face-off set to come as everybody gets untangled. Two minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the second period. Shots are 46-22 Athens. In the period, Athens has collected 18, the Breakers with 13. So not necessarily a lopsided frame for Biloxi, but Athens has been rewarded twice on the score sheet here in the frame as they were in period one. Bartlett with a quick conversation for the rookie Amy Royer on the face-off circle. Now he's going to ask Royer to come in and take the face-off. Royer against Milan. Royer wins it, but not clean enough to get it to Heitzner. Picked up by Croucher. He backhands it around after being sandwiched by Royer and Heitzner. Walker sends it out ahead past Bartlett. Now here's Garrett Milan one-on-one with Spinelli. Spinelli shuts off the toe drag move, and Heitzner will sauce it back to center. 2 minutes to play here in the second period. Here's Croucher with a quick catch and release. On goal and out. Royer back the other way across the blue line. Snaps it to Heitzner. Heitzner coils it to Bartlett. Bartlett back out to Royer. Royer shoots one into the glove of Lavalier. Another face-off with 101 seconds to play in period number 2. While we have a second here, we hope that everybody can join us for our Mardi Gras weekend, February 12th and 13th. The graphic just says 13th, but it will be February 12th and 13th. First 2,000 fans that enter at the south entrance on February 13th will get that free Mardi Gras giveaway, those nice beads courtesy of the Lazy Oak and Ocean Springs. Face-off win for the Lobsters. Now here's Maye. 3-on-2 developing for the home team. Van Durken across to Glukaryov. Quick catch and release once again. And then on goal again, Borodkin comes up big. Heitzner to the tape of Royer. Flicked ahead. Cut off by Leafers. Glukaryov to Van Durken. Van Durken walks in and shoots. Deflected by Mullins into the end glass. Maye back for Shinkarik. Shinkarik shoots one. And Borodkin's there to make this save. Another face-off set to come with 1:05 remaining. Borodkin still down on the ground. Referee comes check on him as well as Carter Thornton. And we'll see what this will mean. Rahul Sharma is the backup. Mikey Roy grabbing Sharma his helmet down on the bench. This could be the evening. Borodkin being helped off the ice by two of his teammates, Lucchese and Thornton. And this is not what you want to see if you're a Breakers fan. Borodkin, since returning from injury, has been fantastic, and he's going to be helped right down the tunnel. Lavalier, big respect from him, coming to show some class to Anton Borodkin as he's helped off. Gives him a quick pat. A lot of respect between those two goaltenders as Carter Thornton will help Borodkin, who is now limping and being helped by the Athens staff. We certainly hope he's okay. So Rahul Sharma enters the game. He was lifted ahead of the third period last night, surrendering 5 goals on 20 shots. But if you're Rahul Sharma, today is a new day. And he's a guy who is able to fire himself up in a way that I'm sure many professional athletes wish they could. So we'll see what he can do, if he can inject some life into his team entering the hockey game, try and help out their new cold goaltender. Fortunately, only 65 seconds to go as Shinkarik's quick blast goes up and out of play just 3 seconds after the puck was dropped. But the good news is Sharma will have the intermission, knowing he's going to play the third period, to take a breath and settle in. Anton Borodkin exits with 45 saves tonight on 49 shots. Athens continuing to mount him. Next one will crack the big 5-0. Most shots against the Breakers this season, 68. Courtesy of the Topeka Scarecrows. Back up ahead, here's Carter Thornton in the offensive zone into the skates of Luke Casey, sent through for Leonard. Gets by to Christo. Christo shoots it into Eli Leifers. Now Leifers ahead on a breakaway. 30 seconds to go. Leifers to his backhand. Save made by Sharma. And he'll throw the glove on it for another whistle and a face-off. Rahul Sharma in a big way. Makes a big save. Keeps it 4-1. Another look at that one. Looked like Leifers maybe was able to complete the move he wanted, but just had the puck go a little out of reach, looking to complete the backhand. There was some daylight between the pad and the post. But once again, Sharma comes up big, closing off the angle. Another 20 seconds to go in our Aaron's second period. Davidson and Johnson battling towards the blue line. Now locked up is Glukaryov with Fisher. Fisher throws a quick slash with one hand in, and this will probably do it for the second period. Virgili, maybe one last push, comes back out to Joe Mack, who takes a look at the clock, and that will do it for period number 2. The Athens Rock Lobsters add another 2 and extend their lead to 3. Breakers get on the board courtesy of Kyle Heitzner, who's been a bright spot for them here since his acquisition 6 games ago when he made his debut January 15th. It's Claudius's birthday, the mascot for the Rock Lobsters, so that's all the mascot stuff you're seeing. Wow, I didn't know they could lay out kids. I know they do it in football, but I'm a little surprised that they're laying out kids in the intermission game in hockey. 20 more minutes to go on this 3-game Georgia tour for the Biloxi Breakers. They trail 4-1. We're going to head to break and be back in a few moments. Final part of Kyle Heitzner's interview coming up.
But I think the biggest moment for you up until this point in your career, you got not one but 2 calls to the ECHL. You're finally playing AA professional hockey. You get those calls. Take us through the emotions, finally getting able to bump up to the next level and have a coast stint with both Adirondack and then Tulsa.
For sure. No, I kind of get goosebumps thinking about, getting the call leading up to the game, my first game in Reading. It was amazing. It's definitely a big step up as far as treatment, which everyone kind of knows. That's just what happens if you move up. But I couldn't believe how good the guys were, welcoming. That was what I was most nervous about. Was are they going to be like, oh, this guy's coming to take my job? But no, they were welcoming. I think it's a good aspiration for any guy in the FPHL to strive to move up and know that they're typically pretty good guys up there. You just mind your P's and Q's and work hard, and they know you've worked really hard to get even a game. So it's I think something they respect more too.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you mentioned kind of being treated better at the next level. But take us through a day in the life. Like, what's it like being an ECHL hockey player? Like from the time you wake up to puck drop, how is it different from here in the Fed, or exactly how does it take us through a day in the life?
So like I think typically like in the ECHL you're gonna get like a $60 per DM per day, which covers your food for the day, and then on top of that $60 they'll provide like a meal before the game, which is usually like a catered in meal that's really yummy, and it was
your gear we see in all the Adirondack and Tulsa gear, so they give you head to toe whatever you need
geared
to.
up for sure, and also like really good coaching. Obviously, a lot of those guys played in the American Hockey League, or some of them in the NHL. Like the guys in Adirondack played some NHL games, and definitely some good guys to look up to and to learn from. And and then the pregame skate. You have your pregame skate in the morning, just like we do here, and it's usually pretty quick and short, but the passing at that level is just so pristine. Like it's so crisp, and I found it easier to trust your teammates because you just knew they were going to make the right play. And the hockey IQ is all 1 through 20 guys is there.
Right.
You got guys that have played Division I, OHL, American League, just really, really good players at that league.
Yeah, the ECHL, I mean, hopefully we both get to be up there someday once again. But turning the corner, winding down our interview here, you said via social media that Biloxi will be your 5th and final stop this season for you. What drew you to wanting to be a lasting part of this organization?
For me, personally, it's just a lot about, obviously having Penner here, familiar face, and to, get an opportunity to be a leader. We have a young team, that's pretty obvious, and being a 26-year-old with my 5th year in the league, I just wanted to be somewhere where I was appreciated and wanted, and I feel like, at least from what I've seen so far, is the guys are happy to have me here. And
I was doing jumping jacks. That's all exciting.
Thanks, man. And it's just nice to be somewhere where you feel comfortable, because I think for me, that comfortable feeling of, okay, I'm here, I'm going to play some big minutes, I'm going to play some specialty teams. It allows you to really thrive as a player, and like you said, hopefully we're maybe at the ECHL level, even whenever that may be, next year or the year after. But while I'm here, I'm going to do everything in my power just to be a good teammate and a good leader, and try and put up some points on the board. So.
Yeah, you've sung Penner's praises. That was going to be my next question, but obviously he was a huge part of the decision for you to come here. You also mentioned being a veteran on this team and leading the young guys. Are you a lead by example guy, or are you a vocal leader? Maybe a little of both, but what's your leadership style?
A little bit of both, but mostly lead by example. I'm not one to, bark at guys or, really, I'll throw words of encouragement out to players and stuff like that, to teammates, but mostly just go out there, compete every shift, do the little things right, play well defensively, back check, forecheck, really strong in the forecheck. I turn pucks over very well and make offense happen that way.
Yeah.
And just try to score big goals, maybe fight when it's needed, and that's about it.
Yeah, you really are one of, when people talk about an all-around player, that really describes you well. In your first game as a Breaker, you record a Gordie Howe hat trick, which is a goal, an assist, and a fighting major. And the fight, I mean, it was, I'm trying to remember, it was Landon Johnson, but yeah, he had to leave for some repairs. So it was definitely, do you feel that this was the best impression you could have made to the home fans on home ice? Like, you get your goal, you get your assist, and in a fight, like, this is Kyle Heitzner. Do you think that was the best impression you could have made?
For sure. You know what? I kind of joked about it with a couple people before the game. A lot of people hope they get a goal or a hat trick or something, but I was like, I hope I get a Gordie Howe tonight. And, it's hard right now because my fingers are a little bit swollen and sore and cut from the fight, but there'll definitely be more to come. I just got to get healed up a bit. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you feel that offense or physical play is a bigger part of your game? Because you're someone is no stranger to dropping the gloves, even with the amount of offense and points you're able to provide. So which do you feel is a bigger part of your game?
I think the offense for sure. I'm not someone who's going to fight every single game, but I am someone who's going to get chances every single game. And, when it comes to the offensive part I have a very good anticipation for the game. So when you watch a hockey player, is like, what is he doing away from the puck? Well, does he know where the puck's going to end up? It's like predicting the play before it even happens. I think that's something I'm really strong at and take a lot of pride in. So that's kind of...
Yeah, and you mentioned your forecheck earlier. You had an assist making a good forecheck play. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Royer scored on a one-timer, but outside. But yeah, forechecking leads to offense. I mean, it really is awesome. But a couple more questions for you. Do you think that this group has what it takes to collect some wins down the stretch? You got another 6 games with the Zydeco. You got a handful with Blue Ridge, Topeka, who they've already beat 3 times without you being on the roster. Do you think that this team can start to turn it around and maybe make a late push down the stretch?
Absolutely. I mean, my first 4 games here, we've played Monroe and Athens, which could be, if it wasn't for the divisions, could be the league final, right? Like, in my opinion, I've asked a lot of guys around the league, who are the hardest teams you've played against this year? And it's either Monroe or Athens. Pay credit where it's due with Binghamton. They've won the last 2 years, but I think there's 2 powerhouse teams in Athens and Monroe. And, once we start playing some games that are a little bit more manageable, I think if we work as hard as we can and, being a younger team and we capitalize and execute more on chances, we can definitely make a push to win games and, maybe even get a little closer to a playoff position. I think that's very achievable for what we have.
Yeah, it certainly is. And then you got that big 3-game series with Twin Cities, and they're currently sitting on the playoff bubble. So who knows? Maybe that will be a valuable 9 points that you guys can go out and get. But I always like to leave the floor with you to end an interview. Your message to the fans, or just any final thoughts or things that you'd like to say?
No, I just think, obviously, for all the people who have been supporting Biloxi this year, thank you very much. And, it means so much to all of us to have people out there, supporting the team, win or lose. And, we really appreciate, everything that the not just the Booster Club, but the people that are paying for the tickets to allow us to do our job and still play a kids game. It's really special for me, specifically to be able to just go out there and play, not have to worry about, whether it's sticks or, not that we get sticks from fans, but everything that we get, and we're very blessed is what I'm getting.
Takes a village.
Yeah, it really does. And thank you very much. So that's all I really have for today.
All right, that's Kyle Heitzner, a new forward for the Biloxi Breakers. He'll be at it in the 3-3 this weekend. We hope you can join us on Breakers TV before the boys return home February 6th and 7th. But Heitzy, thanks so much for joining me on the panel here.
Thank you.
It's been a blast.
Awesome.
All right, I'll be right back to wrap this thing up.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logos stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores. That's a good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates a flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
And we welcome you back out of our Coastal Prince second intermission. Time to gear up for our half-shell Oyster House third period. Here's our game summary up till this point. Athens with a 4-1 advantage through 40 minutes. Garrett Milan opened the scoring with his 18th of the year at 3:06. Then Malik Johnson at 15:55 made it 2-0. Kyle Heitzner gave some life to the visitors, making it 2-1 on the power play at 3:54 with his fourth of the season. But then Athens at 8:59, Eli Liefers gets his first with his new team, and Daniil Glukaryov picks up his 15th at 9:06 to make it 4-1. Borodkin exits after 45 saves on 49 shots. Sharma in the game stopped both shots he faced late in period number 2. The Athens Rock Lobsters pouring it on with the pressure. Game stats like this. 4-1, they lead, out shooting the Breakers 51-23. Breakers 1 for 3 on the power play. Athens 0 for 1, and 28 penalty minutes to 24 in favor of the Rock Lobsters. We're back underway here. Final of 9 periods on this 3-game road trip for the Breakers. Drop pass, Milan walks in and shoots, and that one whistles by the blocker's side of Rahul Sharma. Sent back out to center and immediately shot down low again. Sharma slows it down, sent around the wall by Christo, caught by Bartlett. Looking for a lane, will shoot it up ahead for Royer to chase. 91 and 91. Pin into the end wall. Johansson and Royer. Milan coiling back the other way. Gives it off to Maye. Dropped for Glukaryov. Looking to get it out. And Breakers will tilt the ice. 3-on-2 developing. Heitzner drops to Bartlett, whose drive is held by Lavalier up high by his right shoulder. And we got a quick whistle for a face-off. Breakers with the first shot of the frame. Brandon Lucchese for the offensive zone draw with Eli Liefers. It's indirectly one out to Gleb Van Durken. Van Durken up the near side. Goes through the middle. Drops to Liefers. Quick shot. Held by Sharma. That was a rip from Eli Liefers. Sad experience in the ECHL with the Wheeling Railers. As up ahead, Thornton able to touch it, so the icing is negated. Leonard stood up below the end line. Now here's Brandon Walker guiding it to Van Durken. Up ahead, Liefers finds Shinkarik on over to Gallant. Gallant down low, Shinkarik. He holds in Gretzky's office. Calling forward is Walker. He'll shoot one. Blocker save made by Rahul Sharma. 90 seconds gone by here. Period number 3. Here's Walker. Outside the circle. Spins one in the direction of Van Durken. Lucchese beats him to the puck. Those two tangled for a moment. Finally comes back out to the point. Held by Gallant, looking for Van Durken. Lucchese saucers ahead to Carter Thornton. Thornton waiting for help. His team in the midst of a change. He's going to have to hold the puck and filibuster. Guides it through, looking for Pikarczyk, but just behind him with the pass. And now Van Durken, long shift for him. You can tell he's fatigued. Able to get it in deep. Patakin digs it out of trouble out to Davidson.
Davidson holds, skates through the middle by Joe Mack. And now a couple more moves by Malik Johnson. Darius Davidson, coast to coast, quick shot. And Lavalier makes the save. Pikarczyk back out to Christo. And now here come the Lobsters again. Leading the charge is Virgili. Back to Johnson. Virgili in tight. Save made by Sharma, and then Johnson on the follow. Sharma comes up big again. Changes made for both sides. Shots are 54-25. Athens is 15 shots away from breaking the most shots against Biloxi this season. They've got 17 minutes to do it. We'll see how hot they elect to keep the pressure. Offensive zone draw for Joe Mack. Up against Trey Fisher. Mack wins it, but right through his defensive pairing of Paralat and Johansson all the way back to the Athens end. 3 minutes gone by here, period 3, 4-1 Rock Lobsters. Paralat across to Joe Mack. Mack hopping over the blue line. Centers for Johnson. Had his stick lifted by Flanagan. Down low Virgili with Fisher applying some pressure door to door. Flanagan back to the far side of the ice. Virgili, first one there. Johansson for Paralat. Dancing around Pikarczyk. Lost it for a moment. Sends it to Virgili. Virgili had his pass blocked by Davidson. Collected by Pikarczyk. Davidson goes out for a change, and Pikarczyk will dump it in so he can do the same. Dustin Paralat. D-to-D for Johansson. Up ahead into the skates of Milan. He's able to move it around Spinelli, but his pass too strong for Croucher to handle. Hit into the wall hard by Royer. Now out free, it comes to Walker, who shoots. Held by Sharma for another whistle and a face-off. Brandon Walker with 3 goals through 9 games for the Rock Lobsters this season. And he's had a few looks at number 4. Gets in that high-scoring area between the circles, but both Borodkin and Sharma have kept him at bay. Milan and Royer will do it. Milan pops it up in the air. Bartlett goes to take it. Quickly down low. Croucher found Milan. Milan couldn't pop it over the pad of Rahul Sharma, and this one will go down the length for a Ben & Jerry's at the Hard Rock Cafe icing. Exactly 4 minutes gone by here, period 3 in this final of 9 periods for Biloxi on the weekend. Breakers will be at home for quite some time. Next time they go on the road is February 27th against the Columbus River Dragons. Plenty of opportunities to see your Breakers at home, 6 straight at home. Come out and join us. We got some exciting promotional events. Of course, Law Enforcement Weekend coming up February 6th and 7th. And then Mardi Gras weekend, the 12th and 13th. You can buy your tickets online at Ticketmaster, but I always suggest avoid the Ticketmaster feeds and pay at the box office. Should come out to around $19. As Bartlett taken down there by Milan, he's then going to run him into the wall. Croucher looking for Lowell. Sent in front for Milan, too strong. Back out to the point. Royer locks up Milan with a pin. Comes down in on Lavalier. Lavalier, a little late making his decision. Finally escorts it to Walker. Now here comes Gallant. Gallant back into the middle for Maye. On over to Milan again. Back to Gallant. One-timer off the side of the cage and out. Spinelli gets rid of it quickly. Up to Heitzner. Heitzner leading the charge with Lucchese joining him. Saucer pass gets away from Lucchese. Back up ahead to Van Durken. Here come the Rock Lobsters. Pass gets through Glukaryov to Mullins, and he's able to force it out of the zone. 14:45 remaining period 3. 4-1 Athens. Here's Shinkarek. Quick little hesitation move. Mullins able to stick with him. Shinkarek back across looking for Gallant. Glukaryov to Paralat. Through the circle, shoots and scores. Dustin Paralat with a rip from above the near circle. Makes it 5-1 Rock Lobsters. Parolat scored last weekend against Biloxi, picks up his second of the season with a snipe above the circle here. Rock Lobsters extend their lead to 4. Still 14:33 to go. Yeah, Parolat just walking right through, and then with a beautiful shot above the blocker side of Rahul Sharma over the shoulder, tucks it right under the crossbar. Fisher wins the ensuing faceoff back to Christo. Christo for Declan Flanagan, knocked away on the stretch pass intended for Davidson by Virgili. Johnson off the near side wall. Run into by Davidson. Now here comes Parolat. Parolat hits the brakes. Winds it back to Virgili. Coiling down low on his backhand. Virgili tried to pop the puck up. Almost a half Michigan move. Sent out by Trey Fisher out to center. Now here's Christo leading the charge. Christo out to Pikarczyk. His quick shot goes wide on the glove side. Back out to Fisher. Fisher shoots it down low. First one there, Shinkarik to pick it up. On over to Malik Johnson. Johnson up the near side, finds Parolat. Drop to Virgili. Looking for Johnson again. Below the end line, spits out to Mack in front. Parolat has his second. Dustin Parolat in the right place at the right time. Joe Mack puts it on the tape, and Athens makes it 6-1. Gotta find a way to get a body in front of Dustin Parolat, sitting all alone in front. You see Fisher working on him, but then once Parolat's able to find the blade of his stick and angle it towards the goal, virtually no chance for Rahul Sharma to react quick enough, and it's 6-1. So Parolat already with more goals in the last 2 minutes than he's had all season. As that one deflects up and out of play, that will be our final media timeout of period 3. We'll take it 6-1. Parolat with a pair extends the lead.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena. .14 to go, period 3. 6-1 Athens leads it. Devin Dobek along with you on Breakers TV and on 106.3 FM, Super Talk Mississippi. Leafers bangs it back down low. Shots are 58-26 in favor of the Lobsters. Closing in on that 60 mark. Bartlett up ahead to Kyle Heitzner. Heitzner finds Spinelli in stride. Far side, Spinelli's quick shot. Held by Lavalier for a face-off. Heitzner, Bartlett, and Royer the line, with Spinelli and Patakin the pairing. Blair Patakin with a goal and 2 assists already as a Breaker. Scored his first of the season last Friday against Athens. Native of Onion Lake, Saskatchewan. So here comes
Croucher for Leafers. Quick triangle play to Milan. Had his shot blocked down in front. Now here's Croucher again, heading back towards the point. Leafers caught up in the traffic of Ross Bartlett. It gets through where Lerpatakin will recollect it. Flipping it way up into the air. Settled by Bartlett, staying on side. And now they will say offside. And the draw will come to the dot outside the blue line in the Athens end. 12:19 to go. Still 6-1 Athens. There's the Coca-Cola bear sitting down on the glass. Looks like he's found a nice new girlfriend. I think they were just on the kiss cam in the last media timeout. But everybody's showing out for Claudius, the Rock Lobsters mascot's birthday. Maye back to Gallant. Nice pressure from Lucchese and Leonard, able to break it up. Carter Thornton cherry picking the other way. Now he's all in, but can't stop and start quick enough to get a breakaway opportunity. Paralat. Maye able to fight it to Van Durken. Nice move by Leonard. Gets it to Thornton, who floats one over the crossbar. Going down in the process. Thornton back to his feet. Sends one far corner for Lucchese to go catch. Quickly sent out of the zone. Here comes Kason Gallant. Gallant dropping it to Maye. Maye shoots one. Blocked by Flanagan. Now sent back post. Van Durken disrupted by Fabian Leonard. And Carter Thornton will shoot it in on Lavalier once more. Inside 11 and a half minutes to go. Pikarczyk up ahead for Thornton. Gets all the way through. Shinkarik back up ahead to Gallant. Gallant can't finesse his way through Connor Mullins. Nice effort at the blue line by Mullins to win the possession back to the visitors. Fisher below the end line. Banks it to Christo. Quickly over to Davidson. Pass behind him. Virgili back with it. Virgili on goal. And he missed on the near side post. Davidson locks up a stick. Popped out of the zone with a good effort from Mullins. Mullins, a graduate of McKendree University. Received his master's degree as well. Johnson moving to his backhand. It comes in on Sharma, and the save has to be made with 10:35 to go in this third period. Rock Lobsters are no joke, that's for sure. Scoring summary, taking a look at the sheet in this third period. Paralat from Glukaryov and Shinkarik, and then Paralat from Mack and Johnson. Coca-Cola bear moved on pretty quick. I might have seen a Breakers sweatshirt in there if I'm not mistaken. Couple Breakers fans in the house here tonight, representing at Aikens Ford Arena. Royer gives it away to Johnson. Turned back over to Royer. Bumped by Jesse Lowell. Lost his mitten in the process. He'll have to go pick it up and continue his shift. Now it's Jesse Lowell. Toe drag. Cut off by Christo. Bank pass. Too strong, looking for Heitzner. No icing as Paralat back to pick it up before it got to the end wall. Somehow puck threaded out to center. Here's Virgili in tight, looking to go backhand, and looks like a hook is going to be coming against Patakin. Quick shot comes in, and Sharma scrambling back makes the save. It's our final media timeout of period number 3. We will take it. Athens headed to the power play when we return right here on Breakers TV.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Coca-Cola Bear is stealing the show here. Looks like Malik Johnson was just given 2 minutes for roughing, so he will be sent off. We're going to skate 4-on-4 instead. Final 9:48 set to go in the third period. Some quick last-minute edits for Ross Bartlett out there with Flanagan and Spinelli. Mikey Roy dashing his way down to the corner of the ice and headed off to the locker room. No update on Anton Borodkin. I can see him. He's sitting in a chair on his phone, hoping that he's okay. Shinkarik dances his way, got hooked, and somehow scored. Carter Shinkarik. Shinkarik just swatted one on goal while being restricted. Just 5 seconds into the 4-on-4 time, the Athens captain is able to make it 7-1. Athens with a touchdown on the scoreboard. Yeah, he got hooked and turned around by Bartlett. Probably should have been a delayed call there, and then deflected shot just somehow floats up and over the glove of Rahul Sharma. Maybe redirected on its way in. Sharma has faced 12 shots since entering the game, and he's stopped 9 of them. Mack hit by Spinelli. Sent out by Leafers to the point. Flanagan and Leafers continuing to chat on the way back towards the neutral zone. Spinelli settles the bouncing puck, curls back to the far side, and now will go below the end line. Flanagan is going to take a silly penalty here. And taking down Joe Mack, he earned himself 2 minutes, so now the Raven and Rose Tattoo penalty kill will take place. But it's going to be 4-on-3, a lot of ice for this high-powered Athens offense to make something happen. Amy Royer, oh no, going down the tunnel now. You're down all 3 Tottenham railers now. Veilleux not playing tonight. Royer just helped off the ice, and Charbonneau you lost on Friday night. So bodies dropping like flies in the midst of this, what could become a 7-game losing streak. Not something that you want to see. Hopefully everybody's okay and just needs the rest of the night. But time will tell certainly this week. Sharma with a quick save there. Athens now playing in their 6th and final period against the Breakers has outscored them 19-4. Plus 15 goal differential against Biloxi. Milan gives it back to Gallant. Gallant dropping it off to Johansson. Johansson for Gallant. Gallant back across to Milan. Milan to the high slot. One-timer Gallant flutters up high and off the window. Johansson off the skate of Garrett Milan, who was cutting the other way. Pikarczyk will skate it while he can and finally clear it. So Breaker kill can make a change. Fisher, Christo, and Spinelli out there for the 4-on-3. Croucher to the tape of Gallant. Inside 30 seconds to go on the matching penalties. Then it'll be a brief 5-on-4 for Athens. Croucher harassed by Spinelli. Spinelli, tenacious effort, still can't win the puck away. Christo helps out his former college teammate. Back over to Milan. Milan across for Gallant. His shot looking to go far post. Goes off the far corner and back out to center. Inside 8 minutes to go, period number 3. Johansson across to for a quick shot that comes in, and save made by Mack. Thought Brandon Picard had found his way out on the ice for a moment. He wasn't supposed to be in the lineup tonight. But it was Joe Mack. 7:41 to go. It's now a 5-on-4. 7:41 to go. Shots are 64-28 in favor of the Lobsters. Johansson down to Joe Mack. Mack gives it away to Thornton, who's able to clear. Another 10 seconds to go on the Raven and Rose Tattoo penalty kill. Athens does not have a power play goal tonight. They've had a handful of opportunities, though. Here comes Parolat on hat-trick watch himself. Muscles it through to Malik Johnson. Johnson back across to Mack. Mack draws out Sharma. Down low to Johnson, who tried to angle one on goal. Still gets his own rebound. Flutters it up and into the slot. Bodies crashing everywhere. Still Mack back with it. Big glove save made by Sharma. Sharma flashing the leather again to come up with a big save. Athens continuing to mount the shots. They are 3 away from tying the Topeka Scarecrows for the most against Biloxi this season at 68. And you'd have to imagine with 7:02 to go, they're certainly going to find a way to shatter that record. Last time I saw 72 shots in an FPHL game was Parker Rutherford's 64 save evening on 72 shots against the Binghamton Black Bears last season. Walker gives it to Lowell. Lowell banging away in front, now kicking it in on Sharma. He gets tipped over, and we get another whistle. 6:52 to go. Sharma and Lowell get untangled. Breakers will make a full change. Bartlett, Heitzner, and Pikarczyk line comes back on out. Heitzner, the lone goal scorer for Biloxi tonight, from Pikarczyk and Davidson. Davidson up to 18 points now as a breaker. Top 3 on the team among points as a breaker. Lucas Pikarczyk extends his team high point total to 27 as that one goes up and out of play. Another face-off coming. Final few moments of this game just dragging along. Three goals in the third period for Athens. 5:27, Dustin Parolat made it 5-1. And then just 57 seconds later, grabbed a second. Carter Shinkarik at 10:17 made it 7-1. Last Sunday before the Super Bowl, Spinelli up to Heitzner to an in-stride Pikarczyk. Hit into the boards by Brandon Walker, who wins the puck battle. Joe Mack out to Maye, up ahead to Van Durken. Van Durken gets it back, tries to force one in. It goes up over the shelf of the goal and out. That would have been a tremendous move by Van Durken. Sharma lost his stick, which becomes a hindrance for the Breakers trying to break the puck out of the zone. Bartlett gets it back to his goaltender, but not cleanly. Bartlett guiding it back to Sharma, who finally is able to pick it on up. 6 minutes to go in regulation. Walker has it poked by Bartlett. He's run into the wall. Bartlett swats it back to the far side. Maye outside the circle, sends it into the middle for Glukaryov. Quick shot from Van Durken, held by Sharma. That is the 70th shot on goal for the Athens Rock Lobsters. The most shots against the Breakers this season, and likely the most by an FBHL team this year. Sharma entered with the total at 49, so he's faced 21 shots and stopped 18 of them. Bruins and Lightning getting going in the NHL Stadium Series at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Puck dropping right about now. That's on ESPN. We hope you can head over there to enjoy some outdoor hockey after this Breakers Rock Lobsters game. Flanagan shoots one in on Lavalier, and of course it goes up and into the netting. 5:31 to go, still 7-1 Rock Lobsters. Super Bowl Sunday coming up. Be 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central kickoff. My New England Patriots ready to go with the Seattle Seahawks and a Super Bowl 49 rematch. Looking forward to that one. Patriots had their send-off in Foxborough today, and it was very cold. I have heard reports from people with boots on the ground that it's the coldest they've ever been, but anything to send off the AFC champions. Back to hockey now. Lucchese and Leafers will take the face-off. Lucchese wins it cleanly. Flanagan will shoot it in, no icing. Slowed down by Lavalier, and Athens will begin their pursuit back the other way. Holding on to it is Croucher, sending it down low for Leafers. Shots in the period are 17-5 in favor of the Rock Lobsters. Breakers didn't have a bad second period as far as shots go. Outshot 23-14. Now in the middle, Leafers redirects it on goal. Sharma throws a trapper on it. That will be our final media timeout. We'll take it. 4:59 to go. 7-1 Athens. We'll be back.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
.59 to go, period number 3. Athens leads 7-1. They're scoring every time they take 10 shots. 70 shots on goal to Biloxi's 29. Bartlett will take the face-off with Joe Mack back in the far circle of Sharma's end. Bartlett making it look easy on the circle. Another win for him. Mack in front looking for Milan on goal. Sharma makes the save, swatted out by Bartlett. Bartlett back with it, sends it ahead, spinning around Fabian Leonard. Johansson takes an awkward fall down into the wall. Virgili bumps Leonard, then Carter Thornton gets hit by Milan. 4.5 minutes to go in our Half Shell Oyster House third period. Brandon Walker with Carter Thornton applying some heavy pressure on the forecheck. Johansson around the wall where Walker picks it up. On over to Philip Virgili. Virgili across the blue line to Joe Mack. Back in the middle, Milan. Backhanding one in the direction of Walker, cut off by Bartlett. Bartlett up ahead for Thornton, way out of his bandwidth. And no icing, says the official. Not sure exactly why. But the Breakers will take it. Inside 4 minutes to play now as Athens ices it. One last reminder for you, get your tickets for our Mardi Gras weekend. It will be February 12th and 13th, but on both nights, Breakers will be wearing their specialty black Crew of Breakers Mardi Gras jerseys. They'll be up for auction following the game on February the 13th, and the first 2,000 fans will receive free Mardi Gras beats courtesy of the Lazy Oak in Ocean Springs. Make sure you enter at the south entrance, which is the main one when you drive in, not the one closest to the Civic Center for those of you who had that burning question of what's the south entrance in your pocket. Spinelli up ahead to Patakin. Up ahead looking for Pikarczyk. Paralat will bang it back down low for Walker. Pikarczyk in front. Heitzner gets it to Trey Fisher, who forces one on goal. 3:28 to go. Another quick whistle and a face-off. Shots 70-30. There's been 100 total shots in the contest. And even 100 for that matter. Fisher will take the face-off. And it's won by Athens. Malik Johnson. One-on-one against Brendan Spinelli. Spinelli, nice effort to make sure his goaltender didn't get run through a collision and also take away the puck. Really nice play. Spinelli now grabs it and drops it down to himself. Through the Lobster at center, across the blue line. Spinelli kicks it ahead, taken away by Devin Maye. Now us Devins, we do have a bit of a group as they call it, but Maye is a new addition to the group. He is D-E-V-Y-N. I have not seen that one yet. Also haven't seen a UN as Pikarczyk gets a shot away. Lavalier makes the save. But you can go with just about any vowel to spell Devin, including the Y. Devin Maye with a unique spelling that time. And good to have him along with us. Brandon Lucchese set to take the next face-off up against Gleb Van Durken. And it's sent out to the wing where Shinkarik will curl back around and begin the charge. Shinkarik through the logo. Goes out wide, centering one looking for Van Durken as Lowell blows a tire. Walking in, Johansson's shot deflects wide. Johnson hit hard by Darius Davidson. He goes down. Back up to their feet. Shinkarik's quick shot. Johnson was looking for a tip in front. And Sharma able to make the save. Christo and Malik Johnson with a few words after the whistle. Christo barking back at Johnson as he heads off to the bench. 2:26 to go, still 7-1. Another face-off win, Paralat outside the circle. Holding on to it, down low. In tight, Johansson with a quick chance on goal. And now back out wide. Sends it to the point, Paralat. Paralat, toe drag, release! Looking for the hat trick. Gets back out, another quick shot goes well wide. Paralat picking it up off the wall. Swinging down low in the corner. Hit hard by Lucchese. Puck comes all the way back out to center inside 2 minutes to go. Dustin Paralat quickly on over to Luke Croucher. Croucher darting his way into the offensive zone, holding, shimmy shake, sends it across. Thornton collects the turnover, backhands it for Spinelli. Spinelli, the Canton, Mass native, over to Patakin on the tape. Patakin will wrap it hard around the wall. First one there's Jack Johansson. Eitzner on the forecheck, pops it out to Carter Thornton, bumped over to Spinelli, tiptoes the blue line, and backhands one back down low. First one there is Bartlett, spinning one in front. Now bump back out to Spinelli. Catch and release. And it goes well wide on the glove side. Down low, Thornton battling with Paralat. Sent into the middle. Held onto by Kaysen Gallant. Gallant with just over a minute to play. Closed off by Patakin. Still with his willpower, heads to the goal. Now free shot for Glukaryov, who's already got one tonight. A big clapper coming fresh off the bench. Inside the final minute to play in our Half-Shell Oyster House third period. Kyle Heitzner will bump it in deep. Johansson set to go chase. Picked up by Philip Virgili. Maybe one more push for the Athens Rock Lobsters. Out shooting Biloxi 72-31. Here in this final of 3 games for the Breakers, puck goes up and out of play. Get a whistle and a face-off. The waters ahead for Biloxi look like this. This game, of course, live, but after that, they'll begin their home stretch, which won't end until February 27th. On the 6th, they host Columbus at 7 o'clock. Then the 7th, the Zydeco at 7. And then a pair with the Topeka Scarecrows February 12th and 13th back in Breaker Bay. 33 seconds to go. Offensive zone draw win, Paralat. You can see Athens trying to get it to Paralat, searching for his first career hat trick. Glukaryov looking back for Joe Mack. Sent on goal, Sharma pad save. Back out, Paralat shoots one, and he missed. Mullins got caught up high by Joe Mack with a punch to the face. Leonard hit hard into the wall by Joe Mack. Physicality picking up in the closing moments here. Paralat outside the circle, toe drag release, saves Sharma. Glukaryov looked to spin one back post. Paralat out to Johansson, his shot. Saved by Sharma, up and into the netting. And we'll see if they're going to call it. It looks like there is still no more time on the clock. They will call it there. The Biloxi Breakers fall by a final of 7-1 here in a Sunday matinee of the Federal Prospects Hockey League. Shots on goal total 72-31. A tough go for the Breakers here tonight. They drop all 3 on their road trip, looking to getting going once again when they return home to Biloxi. A tough one for Biloxi. I'll be back to wrap it up on the Breakers post-game show when we return in a couple short minutes. Surprised myself a little bit there, but we're coming back for the Breakers TV postgame show. Devin Dobek along with you from Aikens Ford Arena in Athens. The Rock Lobsters sweep the 2-game season series by a final score tonight of 7-1. It's a tough one for the Breakers. PD had an off night last night with their game against PD postponed, so Athens came out hot today and really put on a show. I mean, putting up 7 goals. They put up 12 against Biloxi last weekend. They moved the puck so well, a team that's been together for a couple years now and continuing to add from the ECHL and other leagues. Breakers playing in their 3rd game in 3 days. It was tough. Athens lost on Friday night. They don't lose too often, so they were coming out looking for a chance to win tonight. We'll take you through the box score real quickly. Garrett Milan scores at 3:06 to open the scoring at 1-0 from Walker and Croucher. Malik Johnson at 15:55 made it 2-0 from Virgili and Joe Mack. Into the second period we went. Kyle Heitzner with an early power play goal for Biloxi, their lone goal of the evening at 3:54 from Pikarczyk, and Davidson makes it 2-1. And then at 8:59, Eli Leifers from Jesse Lowell makes it 3-1. Daniil Glukaryov 7 seconds later from Gallant, and Milan makes it 4. To the third period we went. Dustin Paralat at 5:27 scores to make it 5-1. Paralat again 57 seconds after that to make it 6-1. And then Carter Shinkarik with the final goal at 10:17 to make it a 7-1 final and cement the scoring. Anton Borodkin left with an injury after stopping 45 of 49 shots he faced. He was exceptional here tonight, and we certainly hope he's okay because Biloxi is going to need him going forward in this season. There's still plenty of time left. They got over 20 games to go, out of the playoffs by about 7 games. You're not dead till you're dead, Breaker Nation, so stick with us. And some winnable games coming up on the schedule. Looking forward to having everybody in town next weekend. February 6th and 7th will be our law enforcement weekend, honoring our police. We got some awesome police jerseys. Those will be up for specialty auction following the game outside on the concourse, so you can grab those. And then February 12th and 13th, Mardi Gras weekend. Breakers wearing their Crew of Breakers specialty jerseys up for auction on Saturday night, February 13th. After the game. First 2,000 fans in the south entrance will receive free Mardi Gras beads courtesy of the Lazy Oak and Ocean Springs. But hang in there, Breaker Nation. Another tough one, but playing one of the top opponents in the Federal Prospects Hockey League is never easy. I want to take a quick minute to give a shout out to some of my friends back in Boston tuning in. Hello to you guys. Nice to have you on the broadcast tonight. Luke Campbell calling you out. Seahawks going down next weekend. Patriots Nation all the way. Drake May is going to come out hot, and Ramondre Stevenson is going to run it all night on the Seattle defense. So looking forward to seeing all you guys. Hope you're well. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in April. But that just about wraps it up for me here from Aikens Ford Arena in Athens. On behalf of the Biloxi Breakers, my name's Devin Dobek, the voice of the Breakers, saying so long, and always remember to live the dream.